This is Paul for Redneck Sports. I believe that everybody should win in life, or at least attempt to. The first three maxims of General Robert Neyland's game maxims, I believe apply to everybody. The team that makes the fewest mistakes will win. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. If at first the game or the breaks go against you, don't let up. Put on more steam. Welcome to the channel. Now let's discuss some sports. Like, subscribe, comment. Show what your opinion is. Let me know if you like what you've seen. And I thank you for your support. Howdy y'all. This is Paul with Redneck Sports. I have a link tree down below if you want to talk to me via my social media or if you want to help me out via Patreon. So, today's topic, I'm going to discuss the difference between what makes either an elite or an exceedingly good football program. Because we've got so many of these coaches that are out there, and people are expecting them to turn things around and all this when the best they can do is get them into a bowl game, which I have no problems with that. I'm getting tired of coaches paid so much. I'm getting tired of fandoms that want somebody fired because the best they can do is they only won 9 games. Seriously, folks, there's going to be teams that are going to lose games. I don't care how great of a program you are. But at the same time, we've got programs that you can take a look at. I don't even know they're going to bowl games every year. They don't have culture. They don't have a program set in place that will help them get them to where they need to be at. And so that's what I'm going to take a look at today. So, follow me, Yogi. We're going to start with, no doubt, the best modern college football coach of all time. Modern college football coach. That would be Nick Saban, of course. If you read up on anything of his program, specifically Fourth and Goal Every Day, good book written by Phil Savage. This book talks about how Saban built a program. Every player had to move up. They were developed. They were built into people who could carry on if the person in front of them went down because of being hurt. Now, was Saban foolproof? No. But if you take a look overall at what his program did, you can see this helped these men go from college to the pros much easier than a lot of other programs. Now, Saban also had a culture there. It's Alabama. You can't do Alabama football without paying heed to what came before. Look at what Bear Bryant did. It's all about culture and development. And it doesn't matter, even in the NIL world, culture and development carry everything further. And Saban was still a massive winner. So let's talk about another coach. Now, I'm going to be a homer, a Tennessee homer. Look, Josh Heupel knows how to coach quarterbacks. He's a national championship winning quarterback himself from a program that used to be fairly legendary and is still, even though it's not legendary, is still one of the more amazing programs out there. He came to Tennessee. Tennessee has a culture that has been going on since they were written down as the Tennessee Varsities in the 1890 newspapers. Yes, I know a little bit about the history of the University of Tennessee football. Know a little bit about other colleges as well. And they built a culture. Bear Bryant hated coming to Neyland Stadium. He hated coaching against General Neyland. Why? Because General Neyland beat him every time. This is the culture of Tennessee, not just winning, but what the Volunteers stand for. And Heupel's using that to recruit people. Yes, he goes to the transfer portal and he picks up people and he tells other players, "Hey, you need to jump into the transfer portal." Why? Some players are not able to compete on the level that Heupel wants them to. So he replaces them. He is able to find people that's got talent that he sees will be good for the University of Tennessee. It's not, instead of a development program, it's helping the development program. So that's what was seen against NC State. That was seen with last year, even though we didn't have all our ducks in a row last year, we still had the run game. We still had a defense that was building. You could tell it wasn't elite yet. Under Hendon Hooker, we had to outscore people, and the defense was barely holding on, but it was still there. Until South Carolina game, when defense just decided and the O-line just decided, hey, we are not getting paid as much as Hendon Hooker. But that being said, you take a look at how Heupel is using the culture of University of Tennessee, how he's developing players like Nico Iamaleava, like he's developing Squirrel White, like he's developing a few people that's on the defensive side. You will see that he's using development, but he's also using the transfer portal just to help fill little holes here and there. It's not a mercenary squad at the University of Tennessee. It is a homegrown squad with people being able to be transferred in if they are necessary. That is what's happening at the University of Tennessee. Now, I say all of this, but you take a look at NC State, which could be a really good team, and they probably are a really good team. Tennessee just showed them up this past week. Or Kentucky, which has been a decent program under Stoops, but not quite the level that everybody wants them to be at. You take a look, yes, there's some homegrown people there, but it's a transfer portal place. You hear about their quarterbacks being from the transfer portal. Why haven't Dorn and Stoops have been there long enough? They should have been developing quarterbacks instead of having to go to the portal. If you take a look at the rest of their team, you see portal, portal, portal. Yes, some of the folks are actual recruited players, but they're mercenary teams primarily. That is what the difference is that is going on right now. And while a lot of teams are not able to keep up because they're having to deal with too much turnover, these players that are mercenaries, and I call them mercenaries, some of them aren't, but they're in it for the money, or they were ran off from their previous program, and yeah, they got some development, but they're not built into the culture. They're not bought into, they're not built into, they're not anything into the culture of this university. I like Coach Prime. I like Colorado. I remember when they had some good times. But what's going on there? I'm not entirely sure yet if they're developing players at this point. They look more like a mercenary program. They're bringing in so many people being the transfer portal, but they're not creating a culture there. And so these situations are going to bring about teams that look on paper like they should be amazing teams, but they won't win. And that's the reason why there's no culture, there's no development. Now, look, can these programs turn around? Yes. I believe that Coach Prime understands what it needs. I don't know about Dorn. Stoops, I knows what it needs. And I'm not saying anything bad about Coach Dorn. I'm saying that because I don't know much about him. But you have to develop a team. This is why I see the University of Tennessee having a long run of getting back to having winning ways. Now, are we going to have down years? Yes. But if Heupel develops it right, we'll have Saban down years, not Fulmer down years. And that's what you have to look at University of Tennessee or any other university football program. College football comes in cycles, but let me tell you, if done correctly, it doesn't mean that you have to have down cycles. You can replace coaches, you can replace players, but as long as the culture and development is there, nothing needs to be changed. That's something I wonder if that's still being done at Alabama. If you keep developing players, then you'll keep having winning ways. But we're going to see this year. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Thank you for watching this video. I've had some fairly good success with all of my Redneck Sports stuff. And I hope you enjoyed the topic. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that rigmarole. And also, just let me know what you want to hear about. I'll give a redneck spin to this stuff. Let me tell you, I love sports. So, I love people that want to join me in that. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.